Welcome, Orana. Welcome, Libra. Happy New Year to your January 2016 Taroscope reading with me, the first of the year. We will be using the cards in front of you, the Morgan Greer deck. There will be 4 cards in the reading, one for each week of the month, with an overall energy card as well. At the end of the reading there will be a higher vibrational energy card to tap into. I have decided also to utilize a mantra for the month. I didn't devise these mantras. They were done by Linda Goodman, a very well-known astrologist. She devised these in the 70s, I believe, and each individual zodiac sign was given a 2-word mantra that resonated with the energies of your being, if you like. And Libra's mantra is I balance. So you can utilize that for any time during the month and call on it and see how it works with you and how it flows with you. So your mantra is I balance. Now, as it just so happens, I had already done your reading earlier, and the very initial part of it, the introduction, has not been uploaded by the camera. So I'm redoing this bit here, but the rest of most of your reading is already done. So your cards had been selected, and I had already started the reading and the meaning of the cards, so you won't see the shuffling bit. I'm just going to relay that back to you now. So Libra, this is how your cards were shuffled and how they were dealt out. And because I had already done the reading, even though I had lost the first part, this actually happened with 2 readings this time around. But I feel inclined to stay with the cards that have already been dealt and to not redo them again. So even if a small portion of the videotaping has to be reignited, that's fine, we work from there. So we can see that you have the 1 major arcana, the moon. You have 3 sword energies, or yes, 3 swords and 1 pentacle. Now the swords, of course, are the air sign energy, which is yourself, the Libra. So I feel quite passionately that this month is very much about you and your inner thoughts, your inner being, your psyche. You're coming to work with your subconscious and your conscious connections in your life, the directions you're heading in, your fears, your worries, and your desires all play a part in this beginning reading for leading you into 2016. If we look at the crystals in the background, you've got this beautiful blue howlite pyramid, which is a good firm structural base. And you've also been given this gorgeous labradorite healing heartstone, which bounces off beautiful rainbow energies. It's a very special, soothing, protective, nurturing crystal. I'll just move that lens out a little bit more so that you can see the cards, because I know you like to see all of what you can. We have this moon card here, and I think very much that it indicates cycles of the lunar eclipses, the full moon, new moons. They will be prevalent in the factors that have influenced your energies and the pathways you have taken, probably since the last big lunar eclipse, which was in September of 2015. The next lunar eclipses start in March, I think, of 2016. So moon energy is going to be playing a part in your journey. We also see here this coming out of the water. I often think of it as being Cancer or Scorpio energy related, possibly people in your life playing a role somehow, and they're part of that whole concept of involvement in activities and action. We see quite a lot of this in the moon card in particular is kind of hidden stuff. It happens at night, possibly sometimes under the cover of things. It's almost as if there's something about you or what you're doing or some activity around you that is not fully showing itself or making itself aware one way or another. Sometimes this is the hidden part of you, your subconscious or your hidden psyche. You're either going to connect with it, or you're still wanting to keep some of it shut away for one reason or another. If you're thinking of starting any new businesses or signing anything important, be very careful who you pass your information out to, such things as your PIN numbers, your passwords, your bank accounts. And if you're thinking of partnering up with someone, make sure that they are worthy and above board, because there are two cards in this reading, this one and this one, that both suggest hidden agenda issues. You've also got two cards in here that really have a lot of potentiality for fertility. This Four of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles both hold a degree of fertility and conception of new ideas and new prospects, new possibly pregnancies, babies, children, new things coming into your life at many, many levels. I was thinking, you know, career-wise, even ideas and new potential parts within a career. This is the Pentacles card after all, but it does connect us down to the earth and to grounded energies, warm, nurturing and loving. And this is like the seed in the womb, if you like. We move into this particular card, the Moon, also deals with psychic intuition, gut instincts and high connectivity to your intuitive abilities. It will also tap into the dream world, so you might have very high dream states at this time in life, the beginning of January, and you can get psychic and intuitive messages yourself, so you want to listen to them and really connect with your insight, because as I say, there could be some people around in January that you need to either keep an eye on or watch out, because the full story may not be completely available to you. Parts of things feel as if they're hidden one way or another. Sometimes it's you not actually looking at the full story, and at other times it's other people not necessarily showing you the full story. Sorry there guys, I just had to recharge my battery again on my camera. So I was talking about the fact that you need to be aware of new alliances, especially business alliances, or anyone that is accessing or getting hold of personal private information. So yeah, I think I mean, we all need to be careful and cautious of that. There are more and more scams out there, and there are more and more people prepared to try and take money off, you know, citizens who have worked hard and saved hard and done well in life. So I think there's a few messages in here about caution for the month. We'll leave the Moon and we'll move on to, well, other than that, there's also very much psychic influences going on here. Some of you may be very intuitive in this month. You may connect with psychic abilities of your own, clairvoyance in particular, and insight. You may find dreams are very, very powerful at this time, and you may find answers or solutions to things in your life via your dreams. The two towers in the background often represent the conscious and the subconscious, and there is this rising moon floating up in through it. So it's about awakening, awareness, subconscious desires, bringing and uniting the two parts of your life together and sort of opening the doors and feeling the full flow of life. The other thing too is lunar cycles. It could be quite a big part of your life, and this could go back to the lunar eclipses we had in September and October of last year. So the next one's coming up in March this year, so a whole lot of energy that's been going on in your life could have been related to lunar eclipses or lunar energy. So again, there could be something about the full moons coming in and the energies that they play off. So just take a look at that and see how that bodes with you and how it sort of feels. We next come into this card, the Four of Swords, and I've talked briefly about it a little bit earlier. And I say that it can often be a retreat or going away somewhere and with another person. So some of you may go on a short break, a little holiday, and usually it's quite nice from that perspective. The other thing this card can mean is to take a break, time out, relax, revive and revitalize. Massages, meditations, peace, harmony, all of those delightful things which will invigorate you and, you know, bring you back to life again and give you some more kapoom, kapow. And I think that's the message is quite there for health. If we're thinking of finances and job applications or looking into the future for careers and choices, it's a little bit subdued. So I think it would suggest to you timing for that area is not perhaps quite right in that second week of January there. But bear in mind this Ace of Pentacles is attached to it, and we've still got this as an overall feeling for the month. So this lightens up a lot of the other perspectives of these other cards, because this card flows into every single one of those. And as I said, it's positive, it's harmony, and it has a lot of grounding, stability, nurturing and love attached to it as well. We come to this third week and we see the Seven of Swords, and we think of, again, he's heading back into here, so the whole thing seems a wee bit connected. He's as if there's something going on again in the background, not quite fully disclosed, a wee bit hidden, also about making decisions that you're unsure of. So there could be a few possibilities or pathways that you might be thinking of opting for, and you're not entirely sure that you're making the right decision. And this has very much the same feeling here, being stuck in a position and not knowing which way to move forward. So it's about options, isn't it? And we talk over here these two options, you know, your subconscious and your conscious kind of trying to connect you as well. I think this is a very personal reading, and it's very much about thought for you guys. And each one of you will individually feel into it and know which part of your life or area it's resonating with. There is yellow disposition in the background, which gives us the thought of intellect and thinking, so it's definitely a process of thought going on. Again, though, watch for people around who may not be your best allies, and you know, don't necessarily trust everyone, especially new people around. Just watch out for things there. Health-wise, all of these cards have a similar feeling and energy to them. Slow down, pace yourself, think about what you're doing, who you're interacting with, and because these are all swords too, this is all about words, vocabulary, communication. And that was the blue card that came in for the blue stone for the communication as well. Don't use terse words unless they are really needed. Think twice before you say things, and if other people are saying things to you, let it roll off your back a little bit as well. We come to this Eight of Swords. See, we've gone, no, 4, 7, 8. I was thinking there was a pattern there, but there isn't really. The Eight of Swords is actually all about her. She's blindfolded, seemingly thinking she's trapped or stuck in a situation, when in fact she's not. She's self-trapped. This is about opening up again. This is very much tied to this moon card. It's about taking that blindfold off and really looking into what's there in front of you, because at the moment you're not seeing the full picture in some of these perspectives of your life, and it's not as bad as you think it is. There are always opportunities and ways to move forward, and possibly where you least expect. So this is again about looking, getting intuitive with yourself, thinking it out, feeling it out and knowing that there is movement forward for whichever particular thing you are thinking about or that's playing on your mind the most. So it's about being not too hard on yourself, giving yourself some self-love and some nurturing, and being don't push yourself too far either. So have some rest. Really enjoy this rest and time out card here, and make sure that you engage in that, because this can mean anxiety, internal anxiety, which when we have changes coming, or when we are actually connecting with our inner self, our psyche, our subconscious, we often get periods of anxiety because there's sometimes things that we have shut away from either wanting to see or wanting to connect with. So it's a really interesting place to begin for the beginning of the year, Libra. I think you will be moving forward in leaps and bounds with quite a lot of your decision making and the direction you want to take in life. I see this red on here and it really, really sticks out, and it makes me feel of passion, you know, like strong strength and determination and passion and power and fire. So once she unleashes this fear of being trapped or not being able to see where she's going, it's going to really happen, and happen nicely. But that's up to you to do it, to take off your blindfolds. So there we are. I think that's a full-on reading for you. Plenty to think about, which is what we sort of have discussed. Let's see what your high vibrational energy card is going to give you. That was a previous one, so we will just put that in the deck. We will shuffle these a little bit. I haven't used these for a very long time, but I think they're beautiful cards to bring in the new year with, because they have such high white energy. So with that in mind, let's see here what you get. How beautiful. Metatron, miracles. And Metatron is a very powerful angelic vibration, and he is often the white ray that comes to you sort of through the thought processes of the higher end of the mind. And we talked about conception and fertility, and here is the little baby. So some of you, there will be a baby of one way or another coming into your life, a family, possibly yourselves or someone within your family, or even adoption, or even new young life like pets is a possibility, or it's the birth of the new you. You know, that's how powerful this can be. So let's have a read from the book and see what the messages are here. Miracles. Miracles are changes of perception, and Metatron wishes you to know that, like the miracle of a newborn life, you are bringing your creative force to the fore. Do anticipate a miracle occurring, for when we open ourselves to miracles, we relinquish our fear to Source, to Metatron, who stands on the right hand of the divine. Therefore, open your mind to the possibility of any challenge you may have being lifted from your shoulders, and when you have let go, the Source will gift you with unexpected joy. Please chant Hi from the throat chakra to enhance Metatron's magic. There you are. It is quite magic. It is intense, but it is magic. And I think in particular the two cards that really felt this in your reading were these two. You know, so much about you and your thoughts and the movement and the integration. So there we are, Libra. Kapow, way to start the year. Really exciting, I think. Lots to look forward to. So thank you again for listening and subbing and liking. I love doing these readings. I find them beautiful to be able to do. It's a real gift. It's a treasure. And if any of you are interested in a private reading with me, just follow the links and you will find my webpage. So wishing you a great January, and I will catch you all again later. Ka kite anoa, much aroha, namaste from Chris.